what I was mentioning is that we would all seen every day's newspapers. No, we figure out that one or the other of these large Fortune 500 companies are getting some kind of data breach. So this is creating a lot of no risk for the enterprise, not from the standpoint of data loss only. It's also a credibility loss in the eyes of their stakeholders and their business partners as well. So and typically considering the COVID pandemic, there is a lot of remote working which has got started, and this has caused an exponential rise in the carpet area and the surface area of the attacks, and you are seeing a lot of cyber attacks happening. So in that context, I can tell you, at one end these attacks have increased. At the other end, companies are struggling to maintain their cash flows. So and top of it, because the cybersecurity breaches are happening and new types of attacks are happening, so it is actually very difficult for companies in manufacturing per se to be able to cope up. So here we have to also rely on our partners to provide us these tools and these assessments, periodic assessments also, so that no one you have a continual view of what's happening and you keep doing course correction, and at the other end you also have a regular kind of an assessment or an audit to see whether you are prepared for these new age threats or not. So I think that's the situation. And I also wanted to highlight, Deepak ji, that there is this survey from the World Economic Forum which says that nowhere in the workforce assessment the shortage of skills so pronounced as is the case in the case of cybersecurity. So that is the worldwide situation. There is a considerable shortage of security in the cybersecurity space as we speak. No, 2 3 points, which I just wanted to add on the context which was brought up. So one is, I think we'll have to create that awareness within the team. It would be, so the awareness is has to be done at 2 3 layers. One is at the leadership layer first, that what are the risks which entail if our security posture is not right. So that is one. Second is for the IT team, the information security or the CISO team. No, we'll have to figure out that what they need to do to be able to cope up with these new age threats. And then the user part. So I think, like Harnath also mentioned, the security awareness training is one very important part, wherein you teach or keep on educating the users that what kind of attacks can come, or maybe it could be in terms of pop-ups, it could be in terms of unsolicited messages, it could be these unsecured websites access. How do you make sure? And then it's not just about educating. You also set up some kind of a simulation so that you keep trying out. You figure out whether they are being practiced or not. So it is like, you create some kind of a trial or kind of a simulation you do for phishing, and you then come out with those findings that no, these many users have actually opened some malicious mail, or which you actually planted it internally just for the trial purposes, testing purposes. So these kind of feedback mechanisms also will help, because sometimes people join trainings just for the sake of it. So you have to close the loop. But importantly, as I said, so you have to first figure out what kind of attacks are there. So then only you will be able to fix it. So it could be in terms of hackers. You may have the insider threats. You may have no issues of data leakage happening because of some competition trying to take your data for some reason. And then no, sometimes there would be low awareness between the employees themselves, because of which these things may happen. So as I said, combination of tools, trainings, and orientation will make the organization more secure. That's my view. It's not just about our business. No, we have to also factor the regulations like the privacy, private data protection, personal data protection act, and no. So these things also you have to factor, which will ensure that you would continue to be in business. So I think today it's not as difficult to reach out to your stakeholders and explain the nuances around cybersecurity. So Only thing is we have to be careful and cautious about it. I think that's the short answer I will want.